Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is volume and playing a lot. I have a little case study up here. So we're going to look at Donk. If you haven't heard about Donk, 16-year-old Russian prodigy, has an insane rating. He's against top teams in the world. He got MVP at a recent Tier 1 tournament, insane ADR. And this article here is really interesting. I was looking through it and just seeing his strategies of how to do this because he's only 16 years old. And one thing he talks about is playing 14 to 15 hours per day. Now, that's quite extensive. But this is what he did, and this is different to everyone else. Like no one else is that, from what I've heard, is playing this much and getting this much volume. And because we know that volume is just you have to get in your head that volume is success. You know, volume beats talent. And just doing a lot of something just naturally gets you better. More hours in CS makes you a better player. So um, he answered here. He's playing 14, 15 hours, mostly face to pugs. He doesn't spend that much time theory crafting in CS2. He just plays pugs and facets with mixed teams, and he just wants to find new mechanics and stuff like that. So it's super interesting how much he just plays, and this is something that you guys can do, that you can control, and just do a lot of volume of CS. I know it sounds simple, but you don't play enough. You probably don't play enough. Like you need to be playing this many hours a day, and just it's kind of how much you physically can. Obviously, you don't want your hands to fall off, but playing, I mean, he's done it, so there's no reason you can't play that many hours a day. Obviously, people have work, jobs, whatever. It's just basically maximizing the time of you playing and being in the game. It's just going to bump you up, and you're just going to get way, way better than everyone else. So this is a bit of a controversial one, but this one is balance equals mediocrity. So this is very controversial, and people talk about balance a lot in life and that kind of thing. And balance is fine, but not when you're trying to get good. When you're in a part of your life where you're trying to get really good at something, imbalance can actually propel you to be a lot better than if you had some sort of balance. So kind of what we were talking about before, playing a lot, playing like literally 12 hours a day, you Donk doing even more than that, 15 hours a day, 14 hours a day. You know, these are the kind of things that all successful people do, you know. You look at Zywu, you look at Kobe Bryant basketball, you look at Donk, they all became who they are through an imbalance in parts of their career. Now, what they do is they put 100% of their effort, their focus in something in their crafts, so they simply do more than a competition. It comes back to that idea of volume. An example of this from basketball, the Kobe Bryant example, is something that he did when he felt that his competition was better than him. This is also an example for Mike Tyson as well. What they do is when everyone else was doing 1 to 2 practices, he's doing 3. And what happened is he starts here, they're here, and it kind of just goes like this. They're both raising, but he's going faster because he's doing 3. He's doing more volume. He's doing 3 practices. They're doing 2 or 1. He's bound to slowly get better. Like they won't see him coming, and they won't be able to catch him because he'll already be ahead. Once he's doing 3 and they realize he's doing 3, they start doing it, and then it's just like that. So, you know, you work hard now, so you have balance in the future. You have more balance in the future when you have a lot of success. Then you can focus on other things, and you have these periods in your life where you focus on certain things and don't focus on other things. And if you're trying to get really good at CS and become a pro, you have to have imbalance. Another point is to stay positive at all times. So this is one thing my dad taught me, and he'd tell me all the time because I used to get really angry when I played face it people. You have to become an emotional pillar because you don't know who's watching. And he used to tell me this, you know. Someone could be watching. There could be, you know, a team manager in your face at game seeing you yelling, where that could be the difference between you getting on a pro team and not. So just being nice to everyone and being like that pillar in your team, this makes such a big difference. If you're known, there's so many people who are just known as, you know, rages in communities, and they can't get teams even though they're so skilled. If they had have just, you know, taken this and just, although it's hard, you just have to stay calm. You have to be nice to everyone, treat everyone the same, be a friendly person. Another thing is to have a silent ego. So I'll explain this. Having an ego and talking about yourself, and that no one wants to hear that. Like, no one wants to hear about yourself. No one cares about you. No one really cares. So just knowing yourself that you're good and that you're putting in this volume and you're doing the work, so you're going to get results. So know that within yourself. Like, no one else has to know that you believe in yourself this much and you do this much work. Like, no one cares. Just do it yourself. Do it silent. Do it in your own time. And people will be surprised when you just come out of nowhere. Another thing is to listen to older and more experienced people. Now, some older experienced people might get a kick out of telling you things or yelling at you or something like this. You just have to listen and stay calm. And although that sounds hard, you have to do it. And just listening to what they're saying and extract value and decide if it's something you want to use or not. So if they might say something to you, you just always listen and then say, yeah, cool, and then decide if you want to use it or not. If you think they're completely wrong, you don't have to use it. If you think about it logically, maybe they're right and you need to implement that into your game. So always listen to older and more experienced people because they have a lot of value to give. Do things differently or end up like the rest. So do things differently to everyone else, because if everyone's doing the same thing, then you're just going to be like this. You have to be like this. You have to accelerate. So just look at different things, do things differently, be more consistent with things. Aim differently. Aim faster, up your sense, do something differently. And obviously, some things you can do the same. Like, so, some people might have the same sense as you. If you're on sense 2, then other people will. But just look at different things. Look at how you can do different things. Just keep your mind open. Look out for opportunities to do things differently. Find a mentor. So find someone who's at the place you want to go and learn from them. So look at the process. Look at where they came from. Look at what they did to get there, and take parts of what they did. So maybe they're doing this warm-up routine, maybe they're doing this practice routine, maybe they're having this specific mindset. Look what they're doing and copy them. It's as simple as that. And if they have content, just consume a bunch of their content and just make it a thing that you do. You just watch and you learn. The best thing to do is get them coach you one-on-one. So some people, won't do this, but there's a lot of people who you can just chuck a message and you want some coaching, and they'll help you out. I know a lot of my ex-teammates have done this to improve, and then you're on their radar because you're looking to improve. You're asking good questions, and then possibly in the future you can join their team and that kind of thing. It's really important to find a mentor, someone you can work on, someone who can coach you, someone who can teach you. The final thing is to have a consistent practice routine. So having a routine that you do every day, no matter sunshine, raining, you do it. And having this consistent practice routine will put you ahead of people, because a lot of people don't have anything. Like, they don't have consistency. So just adding that consistency will put you above everyone else. If you want to look at some strategies to do that, I have a video in the description, my last video, so just have a look at that and just copy a bunch of those things. Some really simple kind of strategies that you can add to get consistent practice and warm-up routines. Awesome, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. It was hopefully this helped. I tried to give as much value as I can. These are a lot of things. If I could tell my young self, he would have gotten to the pro level a lot faster, and I had to learn these things the hard way, so hopefully you can learn the easy way and implement this into your game. Thanks for watching.